Spending 2 years in TKS gave me a confidence that I hadn't been able to tap into before. A sense of invincibility that came as a result of being super young and being exposed to incredible, game-changing resources. And it was this confidence that prompted me to apply to Seth Godin's altMBA. Seth Godin is a world-famous author, marketer, and teacher, and he designed the altMBA program for people looking to level up, to push themselves past all known limits, and explore their own untapped potential. Naturally, I wanted in. The website said students usually have 6 to 8 years of work experience. Keyword being usually, because 8 years ago, I was 8 years old, so I applied. And last week, I became the youngest person to ever complete Seth Godin's altMBA. The altMBA is a 4-week sprint. It's project-based, so students work in small groups to respond to and to complete prompts. There is very little time for high-level reflection because it moves at such a fast rate. Yes, students intentionally reflect on each prompt as it's submitted, but I didn't realize just how much I had left to internalize until after the program was finished. These are my top 3 takeaways from Seth Godin's altMBA. Number 1, it is very common to automatically classify yourself as the weakest link. When you see people posting incredible, thoughtful, original ideas, you immediately think that you're surrounded by hyper-intelligent, hyper-confident individuals. And it's only a matter of time before they expose you as the one outlier, the person who barely made the cut. Or in my case, the 16-year-old that needs to let the grown-ups handle the serious work. But what if the people around you, the people you idolize, are thinking of themselves the same way that you are? Because the altMBA has cultivated such a culture of honesty and vulnerability, this truth was revealed very early on in the program. Realizing that our insecurities could be a binding force was a unifying and motivating moment for everyone. Number 2, the most valuable opportunities are those in which you get out what you put in. At school, there's a limit to success. You can't do better than an A+. And that limit applies to every single student. There is a standard across-the-board metric for success. But how can you achieve an unconventional success when there is a very clear ceiling on your growth? There are no tests in the altMBA. There are no letter grades or report cards or rubrics. Students have autonomy over their experiences. The more you try, the harder you grind through a prompt, the more value you can extract from it. Instead of sacrificing passion to hit every point on a rubric, students are encouraged to make the projects their own. To take risks and experiment and make mistakes, it is a priority of mine. To seek out opportunities in which my growth and my success are in my own hands. Number 3, ship the work. I didn't realize just how paralyzing the hesitation to ship can be. In an early altMBA prompt, we were instructed to generate a list of 99 business ideas. We were told to optimize for quantity, not quality. I spent an hour coming up with my first 4 ideas. That's when I realized just how debilitating my brain filter was. I was so afraid of making a mistake, of shipping something that didn't accurately reflect my knowledge, that I was gonna miss the opportunity altogether. It was then that I made the decision to not let my ego handicap my progress. I accepted that quantity was top priority and churned out ideas, and I had fun doing so. The first few were ridiculous, and it was obvious that I was still acclimating to this new mindset. But then quality started to improve on its own. The next few ideas had some potential, and the next had even more. Once I'd freed myself from any self-imposed limitations, once I allowed myself to take risks, and once I realized that making a mistake is not the end of the world, I tapped into a part of myself that I never knew existed. The altMBA was unlike any other risk I've ever taken, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to have taken part in it.